Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, everybody? This is Joseph Conlon coming to you with your NXT Takeover 30 preview and predictions on Thursday, August 20th, 2020. Now, before I get into anything Takeover related in this video, I was supposed to be joined by a guest today. I was supposed to be joined by Christina Washington, but she wasn't feeling too well this morning. She wanted to take a day to rest, so I okayed it. And instead of having her on today's preview predictions, she will possibly be on Saturday's Takeover 30 review on the Big Fight Field channel. So I will keep you guys up to date if Christina is going to be on the review with me on Saturday night or not. But anyways, I'll keep you guys updated here on Twitter. And I hope that she feels better today and takes a day to rest up. But we got NXT TakeOver 30. I got the full lineup right here. We got 6 matches to talk about. We got a match added earlier today to the TakeOver card, and we'll talk about it. We got 6 matches, like I said. A lot of people in the community have been saying that they don't really feel the excitement of NXT TakeOver like they used to. And, you know, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the TV. I don't know if it's like the lack of care for their weekly shows. But you know what? I kind of feel the same thing as well. I kind of feel that there's no enthusiasm in the community over NXT TakeOver. But it could be from last night as well. I mean, I'm still pretty pissed about that outcome with Velveteen Dream and Finn Balor. In fact, I am still pissed about that Velveteen Dream outcome last night, and so is Gamer's Goon, who was on the NXT review with me last night. If you guys haven't checked that out, check that out. Shout out to him for being an awesome guest on the channel. But I am still pissed off about that outcome. And I believe we said this on the review. It might have been after the review when we were just discussing the show. But after last night's outcome, I would not be surprised at all if more people are watching AEW on Saturday night than they are at NXT TakeOver. And it's just facts. I would not be shocked whatsoever if you have more people in the community talking about AEW than you do NXT TakeOver because of that outcome last night. I would not be surprised whatsoever. But it's a shit outcome. It should have never happened. I'm still pissed off about it. And it's got people talking bad about NXT. And even Triple H got freaking buried. And he sent a tweet about TakeOver and like the TakeOver main event or something like that. And he got buried in the comment section. And part of me feels bad for Triple H, but the other half, it's kind of like you did this to yourself. You push yourself into a corner, and now you're losing your own fans. It kind of feels like a situation of that. So that's how I feel. That's all I'm going to discuss on this Finn Balor Velveteen Dream situation. I'm probably lying to you. I'll bring it up during the ladder match, but it's just a shitty outcome at the end of the day. It should have never happened. Finn Balor should have won clean and go on to the ladder match at TakeOver 30. So we got 6 matches to talk about. We might as well dive into the card. I mean, we're going to be a while here. So we got a pre-show match. We got a triple threat tag team match with Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde of Legado del Fantasma versus Tyler Breeze and Fandango of Breezango and the tag team of Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Now, why should I care about this match? I don't even know why I should care about this match. And it brings me to a tweet that I said a couple weeks ago. Everybody likes the shit on the AEW Women's Division. I give it some criticism as well. It is by far their weakest point on television is their women's division. More than half the roster is not even television ready, and they need more practice on dark. The only 4 women that they have on that roster, or 5 women that they have on that roster that's ready for television, is Sheeta, Nyla Rose, Big Swole, Britt Baker, and Penelope Ford. And even Penelope Ford sometimes, she's pretty green in the ring. So I'm putting her on there just for her match with Sheeta that they had at Fyter Fest. But, I mean, outside of that, she's still pretty green in the ring. And I give criticism to the AEW Women's Division. People should be doing the same thing for the tag team division in NXT. And no one says a word about the NXT tag team division and how awful their tag team division is. And I say it, and I got people agreeing with me. So I'm bringing up a good point that people really should be giving the same criticism to the NXT tag team division as they are the AEW women's division. Because this tag team division is just as worse than AEW's women's division. I mean, who really, like, do you guys even know who the tag team champions are? Like, it's at that point. Yes, Imperium, they're the tag team champions. But if I didn't tell you guys, would you guys know who the tag team champions even are? I doubt it. I doubt it. But, I mean, these 3 teams right here, who's going to win? Lorcan and Birch have been in singles matches together. They've barely competed in tag team matches, so I don't know what's going on with there. Legado del Fantasma, they're not going to do heel versus heel. That would be stupid. So, I mean, I'm picking Breezango to win this match because, I mean, they're the only babyface tag team that can go up against Imperium. So, I mean, and they've had this match before, so not a lot of people are going to want to see it again, but realistically, I mean, that's their only babyface tag team that can go up against Imperium. So I'm going with Breezango to get the victory in this match and become the number 1 contender for the tag team championships. Now we move on to the main show of Takeover, and the match that I think is going to start off the show was the match that actually got announced today, which was a 1-on-1 singles match between Finn Balor and Timothy Thatcher. Now, this match is going to be great. This is going to be a great match. It's going to be very technical. Thatcher is very good, even though he has no charisma whatsoever. Tim Thatcher is really good. Finn Balor, we know how great Finn Balor is. Even though Finn Balor got robbed last night of a spot in the North American ladder match, he's still great. So I'm pretty sure this match is going to be awesome at NXT TakeOver 30. But I mean, Thatcher just attacked Balor, and there's no story here, and there's no build to this match. It's like thrusted in there to get a 5th match on TakeOver. I would rather see these two build a feud on NXT, and then when you have your next TakeOver in October, which is reported to be October 4th, to be the next TakeOver, which, I mean, I'm not a fan of. I mean, I think that's just way too soon for a TakeOver. But you can build this feud up on TV and then have that be at the next TakeOver. And then you replace this with your Cruiserweight Championship match, which is Swerve Scott versus Santos Escobar. That should honestly be on TakeOver. And it's not. And I'm honestly disappointed about that. I don't want to go as far as saying it's a slap in the face to the Cruiserweights, but I mean, Santos Escobar and Legado del Fantasma, they've been doing awesome work on NXT, and they are great. They are great. And I feel bad that, Santos Escobar is not getting the takeover match that he deserves. So that's my thoughts on it. That's what I think should happen. But we're getting Thatcher and Finn Balor, this match right here. I don't really see any reason to give Timothy Thatcher this win here. It's not like people care about Timothy Thatcher. I don't really know how much people are invested in Timothy Thatcher. And plus, Finn Balor has a takeover streak of consecutive takeover wins, and he hasn't lost on takeover since he returned to NXT. So I don't see him losing this matchup. I'm going with Finn Balor to defeat Timothy Thatcher in this match. Let's get into the NXT Women's Championship match. We got the challenger Dakota Kai versus Io Shirai, the NXT Women's Championship. I am looking forward to this match. I think this match is going to be great. Io Shirai, in my opinion, is the best women's wrestler in the world. Dakota Kai is one of NXT's best projects. They have been building her up for a while now for this match. But, I mean, Io Shirai just won the NXT Women's Championship at the last TakeOver. I don't see her losing to Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai, she's been built up very nicely. She's a good heel in the women's division. Her and Raquel Gonzalez, they just fit good together. And unfortunately, I don't see Kai getting the victory here against Io Shirai. You're just not going to take the championship off of Io Shirai. I don't see her losing the championship until the end of the year against two. I'm not quite sure who it's to, but I mean, I don't see her losing that championship for a while. And people ask me, if you think Io is going to win at TakeOver, do you think Dakota is going to go up to the main roster? I would hope not. It's too soon for Dakota to go up to the main roster. They still need heel women in the division to do programs, and I don't think it's time for Dakota Kai to go up to the main roster anytime soon. I don't think they need her or anything, so she's going to stick down in NXT. She will get another shot at the NXT Women's Championship down in the future, but Saturday is not her night. I don't think she should win the NXT Women's Championship, so I'm going with Io to retain her Women's Championship in this match against Dakota Kai. And I'm really looking forward to this match. This should be really good stuff. We got the ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. We have Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, and the Velveteen Dream. Oh boy, the Velveteen Dream. Now, this match, it's probably going to be the match of the night. I don't see it kicking off the show. It could kick off the show, but I think they're going to go with Balor and Timothy Thatcher instead. But this match gives you a good glimpse into the future of NXT, in my opinion. Damian Priest is an old guy. He's around 35, so I'm not going to put him in the discussion. But Bronson Reed, someone who I wasn't a fan of at first. I thought he was very boring. He had no charisma, but he won me over the past couple weeks. So I'm a big fan of him. So he's in this match, and he is the future of NXT. And then you got Cameron Grimes. You guys like how I say that? Cameron Grimes. Oh boy. He's another one. He is great. He's a great wrestler. And I hope he stays down there at NXT for a couple more years. Because I talked about this in my NXT review last night with Gamer's Goon. and we were talking about the gimmick of Cameron Grimes, and he was like, once Cameron Grimes goes up to the main roster and Vince McMahon sees this guy, and he hears Cameron Grimes speak, he's gonna put him right in the 24/7 title picture on Monday Night Raw. So that's what he said about Cameron Grimes, and I said the same thing. So those two in the match, this is their first takeover. This is the glimpse of the future of NXT, along with other guys such as Timothy Thatcher, Santos Escobar, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Karrion Kross, Shotzi Blackheart, Dakota Kai, Mercedes Martinez. The future looks bright for NXT, in my opinion. They just got to get the shows back to meaning something. I don't know what it is. It could be the empty Full Sail crowd. Maybe once the 500 fans get back at Full Sail, they will start picking it up again, because they are the life and energy of the NXT shows, and it tells without them being there during this pandemic. But this North American Championship ladder match, you got some great guys in there. Velveteen Dream, he's not the same. He's not the same anymore. I don't really know how to feel about the Velveteen Dream. He was trending number 5 last night, and not in a good way. Hashtag Fire Velveteen Dream was trending number 5 last night on Twitter. So that's not a good sign whatsoever. And I listened to the NXT TakeOver conference call with Triple H. Triple H is really a no-bullshit guy. He's not going to dodge questions. He never dodges a question on the TakeOver conference call. But an investor asked a question about the Velveteen Dream, and the way Triple H answered the question was, we looked into it, we investigated, and nothing's wrong. Let's move on and not talk about this. So he was very fast to answer the question and move on. It was like 5 seconds, and to me that was like, He mostly, even if it's a stupid question, Triple H would take time to explain his answer to the question that is being asked by the person on the conference call. And Triple H dodged his question in 5 seconds. And to me, that was a little bit shady. I don't know about you guys, but I found that to be pretty shady from Triple H. So him being in this match is a terrible look. Him winning this match would be even worse. I can absolutely see Velveteen Dream winning this match, but I'm not going to pick him to win this match. No way in hell is he going to win this match. If he does, oh my God. And NXT is going to lose more fans than they did last night. If they lost fans last night, they don't need to lose more. So I'm not picking Velveteen Dream. Johnny Gargano, I feel like Johnny Gargano's in there just to help out the younger guys like Bronson Reed, Cameron Grimes, all of them. So I really don't see a point of putting the North American Championship on Johnny Gargano. Bronson Reed's going to be down there for a very long time, in my opinion. He, like I said, he's the new future of NXT. He will be a North American champion in 2021. Now is not his time. So it's down to Damian Priest and Cameron Grimes to walk out the North American champion. And I'm going Damian Priest. I'm going with Damian Priest to walk out the North American champion. It's his time. He's 35 years old. He don't have that much longer left in NXT. He'll probably be up on the main roster maybe by next year. So if they want to put some gold over Damian Priest, over his shoulder, I think now's the time. You got to strike while the iron is hot with Damian Priest. So I'm going with him to become the new NXT North American Champion. And his first feud is probably going to be with Cameron Grimes. So that's that. I think this is probably going to be the match of the night. I don't think it opens the show, but I mean, I'm looking forward to the match. The match is going to be awesome. So a lot of people are saying, oh, Velveteen Dream's in this match. I'm not going to watch. I'm not going to watch the ladder match. You're just lying to yourself if you're saying you're not going to watch the ladder match, because at the end of the day, you're going to get yourself to watch the ladder match. You know it's probably going to be the best match on the show. So that's that. I'm going with Damian Priest to win the North American Championship at Takeover. We got two more matches here. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee. Now, before I get into the result, this build has been great. The punt kick, the rants that Adam Cole went on, and the face-to-face last night, that was probably the best thing on NXT last night. That was great. Pat McAfee got legit heel heat in that promo last night. You could feel it as well. You could feel it. But I have not criticized this once. But if this match sucks and it's terrible and it's not as good and Pat McAfee comes out the winner, I will not hesitate. I will not hesitate to give this match criticism whatsoever. Now, I was listening to a podcast today, and they were talking about this match, and I thought about this in my head. Do you honestly, realistically think that Pat McAfee is gonna hang in there in a straight, standard, one-on-one wrestling match against Adam Cole, of all people, who's one of the best wrestlers in the world, in my opinion? Hell no. Hell no. I don't see Pat McAfee keeping up with the same pace as Adam Cole. I don't see Pat McAfee keeping up with the same intensity as Adam Cole does in the ring. Like, I don't imagine Pat McAfee selling the Panama Sunrise. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. So, like the Seth Rollins Dominic thing, that match is a street fight. The reason that match is a street fight is to hide Dominic's weaknesses. They don't want Dominic going in his first match, a standard one-on-one singles match, against Seth Rollins, of all people, who is a great professional wrestler. You could say all the bad stuff you want about him. I've said it before, but you can't hide the fact that Seth Rollins is a great professional wrestler. You don't want Dominic going in there not looking so good against Seth Rollins because he doesn't know all the wrestling. He doesn't know the movesets yet. He's not ready for a standard one-on-one singles match against Seth Rollins. Same thing goes for Pat McAfee. I don't see Pat McAfee keeping up with Adam Cole in a one-on-one singles match whatsoever. If I'm Triple H, if I'm Shawn Michaels, if I'm Road Dogg, I make this a Falls Count Anywhere match, really. I mean, a Falls Count Anywhere, no disqualification match, something. I would not put Pat McAfee in a one-on-one singles match against Adam Cole, of all people. I think that's just dumb. It's really dumb. But, I mean, as the result, I mean, this has to go to Adam Cole. Pat McAfee has no business of winning this match. None. This is a one-off. Pat McAfee's done after this. I am enjoying the feud with Pat McAfee and Adam Cole. I haven't said a bad thing about it yet, but this is not NXT. Bringing in outsiders from UFC, MMA, the NFL, It's not right. And especially in NXT. Now, before I move on to the next match, I'm obviously picking Adam Cole to win this match against Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee doesn't deserve to win this match. Since this is on NXT, and this is on NXT TakeOver, and we know Triple H mostly runs everything in NXT, I have more faith, and I have faith in Triple H. We have learned over the past couple years to trust Triple H and what he does on NXT and on NXT TakeOver. So I'm not too nitpicky about this match, but if this match was on SummerSlam and this was in the hands of Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard, I would have no faith whatsoever. I would probably give this criticism, and I would not feel good going into this match on a main roster pay-per-view. I would have no faith in Vince McMahon and Bruce whatsoever if this was on the main roster. So, since it's on NXT, I'm going to give it a chance. And I think it'll turn out to be decent. Hopefully it turns out to be a decent match. And then the main event, the NXT Championship. We got Karrion Kross with Scarlett versus Keith Lee. And another thing I want to mention, and this ties in with the Pat McAfee, Adam Cole. They've built up Pat McAfee and Adam Cole to be more important than the NXT Championship. And I can't get behind that. This by far, Karrion Kross and Keith Lee, this is your most important thing going on the TakeOver. This is for the NXT Championship, okay? This is for the NXT Championship. This is for the top title on the brand. This does not deserve to get pushed over for Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. This match between Keith Lee and Karrion Kross deserves to main event TakeOver. This build for this match, honestly, it's been excellent. Damn near everything has been perfect in this build-up. I watched the Fireball incident again, and I felt like I wasn't a fan of it at first, but at second time watching it, I kind of felt like it made sense, considering it's the character of Karrion Kross and Scarlett. It made sense to me, but the build has been excellent for this. This is probably going to be one of the highlights of the entire weekend. Predictable outcome or not, I expect a great big man match right here. I expect them to go over 20 minutes. It should be really good, but I just don't see Karrion Kross losing. And it sucks that it's very predictable too. Keith Lee is not walking out of TakeOver the NXT champion. If he does, you're ruining the momentum of Karrion Kross that he and Scarlett have right now. You just take Karrion Kross down a whole new notch, and it's not a good notch as ever. As long as Keith Lee will probably pass out to the Cross Jacket. He's not going to tap. He's not going to get pinned 1, 2, 3. He'll pass out, and Karrion Kross will become the new NXT champion. It sucks to be Keith Lee, and it's this situation. It sucks. It's not Keith Lee's fault. It's creator's fault. It's NXT creative fault that they booked themselves into a corner of this match, and they legitimately have no one else for Keith Lee besides Karrion Kross. And it sucks that Keith Lee is a transitional champion, because that's what he's set up to be. Keith Lee versus Adam Cole was not planned for months and months and months. This was planned for maybe 2 weeks. They just attached their names together, glued it together, and kapow. You got a match between Keith Lee and Adam Cole, winner take all. They didn't plan this for months. They did this to go up against AEW, which they won, and now you had Keith Lee drop the North America Championship, which I thought was pretty stupid. And now you got him walking around with one championship, and now he's going to lose that championship. And that makes Keith Lee even look like a bigger idiot for giving up the North American Championship. Because now, in a month, he goes from having 2 belts to none. And he looks like a dumbass. And it sucks to be Keith Lee. It's not his fault, but it's just the reality of the situation. Karrion Kross is the hotter guy right now. Keith Lee is pretty hot as well. But Karrion Kross is the hotter act right now on NXT. And you gotta strike when the iron's hot. And Karrion Kross is becoming the new NXT champion on Saturday night, whether you like it or not. And ladies and gentlemen, that was your NXT TakeOver 30 preview and predictions. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you have not already, subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel for great content here for the rest of the week. We're going to have SummerSlam preview predictions up tomorrow morning. I'm going to be on with a guest. I'm going to be on with Kevin Cabaza. As me and him, we're going to be talking about SummerSlam. SmackDown tomorrow night. We got the debut of the Thunderdome on SmackDown. We got Thunderdome on SmackDown tomorrow night. So we're going to talk about that. Saturday, it's going to be NXT TakeOver review. And I'm possibly going to be joined by Christina Washington on Saturday night, who was supposed to be here today, but she wasn't feeling well. So I said possibly you could come on the channel Saturday. So I'll keep you guys up to date with that. Sunday morning, I will be doing an AEW Dynamite review, probably before SummerSlam. That should be up around 11 a.m. That's what I'm planning. And then Sunday night, your SummerSlam review. And I might mix a vlog in this week as well. If not this week, definitely next week here on the channel, we'll do a short vlog, short toy hunt for AEW action figures. But I'm getting out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow for SummerSlam preview and predictions. Have a good day. Stay safe.